What?
Welcome, everybody. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter of Warren First 931. This is Reese's FYI Fridays at Supreme Building Product. We are live in the amazing establishment here. And again, thanks to Reece and them for letting us come and harass them in the most funnest way ever. But of course, 4th of July is just around the corner, and you still have a lot of amazing deals going on.
How are you?
I'm great. I just got pulled over by the cops. That's why I was late. I had my what is it called? My stuff's expired.
Tags.
Thank you. My tags are expired. My husband's not doing his due diligence and keeping.
Oh, it's your husband's job. Blame your husband.
Yeah. No, normally a true story. I just was telling somebody that's on the phone. I normally, because we are registered with Coffee County.
Why are you registered with Coffee County?
When we bought the Bronco, that it was an accident.
Oh, so you just got to pay Warren County wheel tags.
I don't know. This is when we were supposed to switch over. Yeah, I'm just like, and today I was supposed to switch over, but I don't get the mail in because it's Coffee County, and so now I got to register it over. This was like when we ordered the Bronco when we could. Anyway, we'll talk about my life story later in the dirty truth. What is going on with you?
Hot.
It is hot.
It's hot. Couple sales just before I forget the hours. The hours next week, 4th of July weekend. You will be here Monday through Thursday, 7 to 4 regular time. We'll be closed Friday, but we will be back in shop Saturday, 7 to 12. Yeah. So
just the one day closed for family fun.
Just the 4th of July, and then we'll be back at it on Saturday. But for some of those sale items coming up, I picked out his good shop vac. $140 for the shop vac. Timmy Bryant came in and took advantage of the sale on the screws this morning. So $23.50 for a 5-pound box of screws.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I've got a framing nailer, and I've got that at a really good price, guys, $185. And then because of the heat, to help everyone out, I brought the waters back on sale for $3.99.
Smart.
Okay, so stay hydrated, guys. It's hot. It's very dangerous out there.
It's like we said on last week's show, heat exhaustion's a real thing. It happens.
Yes.
Know the signs. We just had a swim meet where it was in an indoor facility and it wasn't very well insulated or ventilated or whatever the word is to use. And we tried to ask them to, can you open up the doors? Can you open up the garage door to have some airflow? And it got to the point that more than half, not just the adults, but the kids started getting sick with a headache. Yeah. They were dying of thirst. They were sweating profusely. People that had a nice little tan glow was going pale white. And so a lot of us was setting up shop in the concession stand area that was connected because there was air conditioning in there. And so
keep in mind, y'all were still indoors when this happened.
Yes.
So.
And because it was that day, it was the hottest day of the week.
Okay.
On that one. And so, again, know the signs of heat exhaustion before it gets bad. And if you catch it, fix it. And make sure you do, you can drink water, but get the stuff that has more electrolytes and mix it in your water. It really does help.
Animals as well. Pets.
Yes.
I know I took Maggie golfing Sunday. Me and Maggie went golfing and after church, and I was out there 10:30.
Yeah.
Because the way we golf, I take a little ball, I throw it to her, and then she goes runs and gets it, after I hit a shot. Well, I could tell she was getting hot. I was getting worried about her. So I quit what I was doing, and I said, we're just going to go home. So I said, I'll never take her out that heat. So be very mindful of your animals, your pets. Make sure they got shade and water, and obviously, don't keep them in a vehicle. If you don't, I know mine comes to work to and back, but don't be very mindful of your animals, guys. It's hot out there.
It is. And a couple, I always ask him, like, what has been the biggest question of the week of people wanting?
Air conditioning.
Water and air.
They want to say, yes, yeah, this heat's got people not working as long hours, people starting earlier and ending later. And it's just it's just hot.
Trying to work
early and getting the heat. But I mean, even at 5:30 this morning, it was hot.
Yeah. Do you guys have fans here?
Yeah, we do.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
So if you need a good old fan.
Air moving fans.
And if you also need a fan at a ball game and such, just saying. Get those good fans.
Get you a good fan. Yeah, ball games are hot. Are you doing fireworks Friday?
Yes, we're doing fireworks starting Thursday night. Well, actually starting this Saturday.
So you're a big firework person.
Yes, we are. Randy Jane, not so. We're trying to get her acclimated, so we're just going to shove her in everything. That's how you do it. And then I will say this while talking about animals and kids. Make sure you have like good protective noise canceling headphones for little kids as well as for dogs. Don't bring them to these festivities unless you've brought them out before and they're used. Because there are dogs that are used to fireworks.
Mine hates it.
Mine hates them. I've not seen a dog that likes them yet.
No.
But make sure they're inside the house and they're protected because dogs can go a little crazy when the fireworks show goes 100%. Off. But anything else before I let you go, Reece?
Have a great weekend. Stay hydrated. Stay cool. We'll be here tomorrow as well. But, just come take advantage of these great sales and everything else. If nothing else, just come by and say hi and have a cup of coffee with us.
Yes, and don't forget that this is another stop to get your local voice newspaper as well, a hard copy. But we're going to let Reece go, and then we got another special guest on the show. But remember, Warren County, keep it first.
To start Ganton Bolden. Now it's Gateway Tire and Service Center. He wanted our customers to have the best products and service at a fair price. That was his motto then, and that still stands today. We promise to be upfront and honest with each and every customer. We'll never try to sell something that our customers doesn't need just to make a buck. If that's what makes us different from our competitors, well, we're just fine with that. Come see us today or give us a call at 931-815-9000.
Come join us at 110 East Main Street for a farm-to-table experience all year long. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, guilt-free goodness that will leave you feeling energized and satisfied with every bite. Our small batch from-scratch menu bursts with juice, shots, smoothies, soups, wraps, and sandwiches, and more prepared daily to give you all the nutrients your body craves. We never add powder sugars or anything you can't pronounce, so don't miss out on this delicious, healthy opportunity. Swing by and indulge in some wholesome goodness today at 110 East Main Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
Community Network Productions takes you inside each community with local interest stories, local music artists, and information.
With each show, the focus is the people and our beautiful community. With our creative team, we customize unique show ideas with our friends in the community. Our focus is you.
See each of our shows on all social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and at our website at www.communitytvtn.com.
Hey, this is Kevel at the Cafe at Tree City, and I'm happy to say that you can now order all of your favorite espresso drinks online for pickup or curbside delivery. And you can do that by getting on Google, searching the Cafe at Tree City and just clicking online order, or follow our social channels and click on the link in our profile. Come enjoy a drink with us inside for pickup or to go. Hope to see you all soon. Thanks.
Planning an auction? Count on the Get It Done Auction Company. The Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company. In business since 1991, they specialize in residential and commercial real estate with emphasis on farms and land. They can help you with estate settlements, business liquidations, and farm dispersals, including land, livestock, and equipment. Donald Hillis Realty and Auction Company, representing more and more families in estate auctions each and every day. Call 473-7774 or visit DonaldHillisRealty.com. Firm 2273.
All about serving our Ford and Lincoln family. Enjoy our unbeatable oil change specials. just $34.95 up to 6 quarts for synthetic blends and $119.95 up to 13 quarts for diesels. No appointment necessary. Plus, we offer convenient pickup and delivery services for everything from oil change to rapid repairs. Need battery replacements or wipers? We've got you covered with our mobile service.
This is Jonathan Beavers. I'm the new sales manager here at Reddick Brown Ford on Highway 55. I'm born and raised here my whole life. I'm very supportive and dedicated with over 10 years of automotive experience. Check out our expanding pre-owned inventory on our website or come drive by, and we'd also be happy to appraise your vehicle.
To check out our new service department. We have 2 new advisors, 1 new parts counter staff, and some fresh faces on our pickup and delivery team. We're excited to offer you even better service with our expanded team. Join the Reddick Brown Ford family today. Call or text us at 931-668-2177. Experience transparency and carefree service like never before. Your satisfaction is our priority. We want to be your number 1 local go-to dealership.
Welcome back to Reese's FYI Fridays. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter, with Warren First 931. And with me now, I feel much safer now because I know he probably can shoot better than me when it comes to, target practice. But it's Tom Davis with the VFW.
Yes, VFW Talk. Appreciate you having me on,
You're
Kelly.
welcome.
Pretty short notice.
You always know you're welcome on my show. I just got to tell you when and where.
All right. Well, and that's I like to, lead in or give some lead time because then if I show up, it's like, there's a whole bunch of people like, what are we doing? It's like you're trying to squeeze me in,
right?
Or I'm just standing around. So no, but you were, it did work out. I hit you. Was it this morning?
Yeah, this morning.
And then of course. So I'm discovering that I'm a bit of what we call a crap magnet.
Okay.
So
that's right.
Yeah, you started having issues this morning after I contacted you. You said, "Yeah, come on."
Tom, though, I think you're like me. If I have a perfect day, I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, right.
Like, I at least have 1 or 2 things like go bad.
Yeah.
And so, but it was okay. Everything is worth what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So it worked out, and here we are to discuss some about the VFW.
Yes.
So a lot of it is it was 2019 that we sold the Post home.
Right.
And so even today, what are we, 6 years later, we still like, what? We have a VFW? And yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Very active. We actually have gained a few members here and there. We got a few guys that are, through the process, we've lost a few, but very active in the Post. We have an honor guard. We do, the honor guard will be doing part of the ceremony on Independence Day. Okay. On the 4th, we'll be part of those festivities.
Which one festivities?
Yeah. Here in town.
Oh, you're going to be in the McMinnville one. McMinnville. Okay.
Yes. So we'll be part of the honor guard with the rifles, and we do, a clip dump because it is actually a clip for those rifles.
Yeah.
But we do that. And then Autumn Street Fair, we're involved in that.
Awesome.
We do provide, typically financial relief for vets. We do have that going still. Autumn Street Fair is coming up. Did I say that one? If I did, there it is again. All right.
You didn't hear them the first time.
Yeah, right. But to kind of let folks know, especially vets, the veterans of foreign wars, that we are here. And part of what we do is an organization is we are lobbyists, and we lobby Congress for benefits that. And so part of that is numbers, a numbers game with them. And so add your name and your number to the roll if you can show up to the meetings. Awesome. Hang out with us, and we have a pretty good time. Right now we're meeting at Gondola, and that's 305 Mulliken Street, I think it is, here in McMinnville. We meet it's the 3rd Thursday of every month, 6:00 for chow, and then 7:00. I got to convert to PMs in my brain.
It's okay. I was like, I know you have trouble with that.
7:00 for the meeting.
Okay.
And so about an hour on each of those. So you're there from 6 till about 8. And then, we do, like I said, a few other things in the community that we do as veterans. Memorial Day ceremony, we participate in that. The JROTC program, we contribute to that and present some awards at the end of the year for that program.
They do a phenomenal job.
So we're still active and looking for guys.
So they can come. When's is the next meeting? Next Thursday?
It'll be the third Thursday.
Thursday.
We are having a meeting in July, and then I think August we're going to skip because that's when the convention is. So
okay.
I think that's how we're set up. We're on Facebook. I think it's VFW Post 5064. If you want more information, how to sign up, you can go online, vfw.org. You can actually sign. Preferably hit us up first, because right now the Post is paying for an annual membership,
right?
And we have some incentives along the way to get you into meetings or keep you coming to meetings. But VFW Post at VFW Post 5064 at gmail.com if you want to email us and get dialed in.
Yeah, and you can see right there as he's talking about, this is the Facebook page that you can follow them on. And, we always talk about back in the heyday and the radio days, we need more numbers. We know that there is folks out there that have not registered or signed up.
Yeah.
And if I will say this, if there is a relative out there, a daughter, a son, aunt, uncle, whatever, that knows that their relative is not signed up with the VFW and wants to be, I feel like you should take that on yourself to get your relative signed up.
Absolutely. Like I said, contact us if you have the relative.
Yeah.
We verify through the DD 214 is called, just to verify the service. But there are some other benefits to being a Post member. There's some discounts, and this is more of a national thing, but discounts at places. There's, depending on your membership level, some insurance that comes along with it, just because. So it's not huge, but every little bit helps as you come into that. So what else? Yeah, that's the big ones. Like I said, go on to vfw.org. You can see all the national stuff, and then just the participation. For me, it was kind of that connection with a shared experience. Well, we all have. We deployed different places or whatever. It's a, kind of a shared thing. So
I love that. I love that.
So, and it's great bunch of guys coming in, meeting. Yeah. So come on.
Come on, one and all.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Tom has been very busy here recently, and not to shift gears, but to shift gears. Tom, tell us about what you're doing with your campaign for Congress.
Okay, so we'll do
Congress,
that.
Tom.
With that, I'll take that off just so there's no confusion. The VFW
hats are off.
Yeah, the VFW is a nonpartisan organization. So me being here for that, wearing the hat is not. They're not endorsing me. They don't endorse any candidates. So just to be clear, get all the disclaimers out there
before he starts.
So, yes, before I start.
Yeah.
So yes, and actually, as veterans, I think it's important that if you're called to still be serving, figure out where it is, and this is where I've been called in to do, and how better to represent veterans than at the place and have people there. So yes, I am running for the U.S. House of Representatives, Tennessee's 4th Congressional District.
Yes.
It is the Republican primary that I'm running in. Our current representative is Congressman Scott Desjardins, who is a Republican. So it's the Republican primary. August 5th of next year of 26 will be the election. And it's just, for me, 1, more veterans. 2, it is time to change. This is his 8th term, and I am not super excited about a lot of his votes and then how he does business.
Right.
Some of the biggest complaints I've heard is, we don't see him in the district.
That's one big one.
It's other. I mean, you do see him, but it's at photo ops. Yeah. It's not announced. He just, at least to us at large. Yeah. I'm sure those people that he shows up at get some kind of like, hey, guess who's going to be here?
And we do know that if there is an event that 9 times out he's not present, but there is someone there as a
occasionally he'll have a rep.
Yeah, a rep will be there.
But for me, and he doesn't do town halls. In fact, I got an event I did that we'll get into. But for me, at least quarterly in the district, somewhere and understand it's 15 counties. So like I do live in Warren County. But that doesn't mean all my town halls will be in Warren County.
Correct.
There's 15 counties in the state.
Oh, I know. I don't know how James Poland and all them when they do their rotation of town halls. Yeah.
So you just move it around, and then organizations within the district. I mean, the Republicans and Democrats, because they live in the district too. Right. But to announce it, so those that are inclined to attend can certainly attend. Right. I will caveat it: any of these town halls we will treat you like an adult until you prove otherwise.
Right.
If you want to come in disrupting, I'm not going to have it.
Right.
You will be asked to leave. If you continue, you will be made to leave. That's just, we're going to act like adults.
Yeah.
If we want to discuss issues, let's go.
Because it's okay to agree to disagree, and that's adulting.
Yes, we're not going to stand there and I'm not going to scream at you.
Yep.
I do not expect you to scream at me.
Yeah.
I said, if you decide to take that route, go.
There's the door.
Go ahead. Yep, there's the door. Go do it online and whatever,
Right.
or with whatever other groups you are. So town halls quarterly. Like I said, those are the rules.
Mm-hmm.
And having said that. So I did, it was May 29th. And then on my YouTube channel, which is Tom Davis TN4, I have posted this town hall in its entirety. It was set up by Murfreesboro Indivisible. And really, it was an event set up for Victoria Broderick, who is she'll be the Democratic nominee.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I haven't heard of anybody else.
Right.
But, and so you'll see her on the ballot in, November of 26. So a setup for her is a demonstration that, she will do town halls, which this is something I've been saying I've been saying this as well.
Yeah.
Our rep doesn't come to the district and do town halls. Yeah. So I was able to kind of insert myself last minute.
Yeah.
And the organization itself, the folks here in Murfreesboro, I have no complaints on how they treated me.
They were very nice.
They communicated very well with me. And like I said, I kind of last minute inserted myself, and they allowed me to participate on the stage, because this is a shared problem that we have with our current representative.
Right.
We don't see this dude. So, like I said, me at least quarterly. I don't recall if she said if she gave specifics. But so I did the town hall, and it was very interesting in that town hall. One, to see her as a candidate, like absolute party line. There's no doubt in my mind she is a Democrat.
Okay.
And then in that room, they've told me, they being Murfreesboro Indivisible, between 120 and 140 people. The only ones that I can guarantee in that room that were there for me was four. So 4 people in there,
But it was a great experience.
It was,
right?
Absolutely. And so to sit in the eye of the storm, if you will, and you can feel some of it, the mob mentality when they were not super excited about the things I was saying and my beliefs, my values.
Yeah.
But on other issues, I did get some applause in there. Like I said, you can watch it in its entirety. And then I've started kind of breaking it down question by question. But so there was some applause in there. It was very, it was eye-opening for me. And very educational too.
Yeah.
And then after the end of it all, when the kind of the big group, the mob, if you will, broke up, a lot of them came afterwards. One, just like, hey, thank you for showing up. And then and really you got you got some balls showing up to the event. Because again, I mean, exactly how the demographics of that crowd, But like I said, it was good, and
I think this is great because I know when we were talking about last time when you were, you started this journey last year, or 2 years ago, and now at this point, I was like, just don't give up. If this is something that is laid on your heart, because most time people when they run, they let it go and they don't campaign again. They do one and done.
Yep. That's exactly what I've seen. Was it Jim Tracy? I think he almost won.
Yeah.
It was very early on with Congressman Desjardins doing it was like his second or third time, and so it's like and I don't know the whys behind it, why they stopped. One I do. He another one of the guys that had challenged him in the Republican primary. Focus on family. I mean, stuff changes, so I'm not mad at those guys for not running again. We all have our own calling. It was still there for me this time, and was pretty encouraged by the votes that I got, given how the campaign was ran, and the amount of money that was spent on it.
Now, are you planning on doing more town hall meetings from between now and then? Is that your goal? Yeah. Because I told this to Tom, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong by saying this, but I feel like because you live here, people know you, people know your beliefs, your principles and everything, to the point you need to focus on these other counties to get that vote.
Right. So it's all over. Really, I'm kind of refocusing. I'll still keep doing like I did last time, which is I don't know that we'll necessarily set up specifically a town hall. If within the GOP, because that's my target right now is Republicans or anybody that votes in the primaries, because we do have open primaries.
We do.
So. Go to the GOP meetings like I've been doing, participate, whatever festivals and fairs are going on, the farmers markets and going to those. And just like I said, oh my gosh, there are so many festivals in Middle Tennessee in this district.
Yeah. Once it's like the bad rabbit hole of Alice in Wonderland. It's like which one to go to, how many can you go to?
And so we're really, it's going to focus more on the digital footprint. Yeah. I'm actually starting myself to learn how to leverage AI.
Good job, Tom. And, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing. It's here to stay.
It is.
And
you can use it. And I always say this, AI can be used as a pro or a con. Yes. And I choose the pro side.
Yeah.
Because there's things that I need help with, whether it's grammar check or, I need help with an image or I need, something. And you use it while you can.
Yeah. In fact, I think my latest posting on my Facebook, or not my Facebook, but on my YouTube, the latest video I did, I think my thumbnail is AI generated.
Hey, you do what you got to do, man.
So that's running through the
but
process.
At least you're honest,
Yeah. Prompt engineering.
Yep.
As it's called. And so I'm learning step one, I'm learning how to prompt engineer.
I can tell you a new tip I just learned over the weekend, but I won't tell people.
Oh, all right. I like it. Trade secrets.
Trade secrets about AI.
So, but and as we look big picture, even just you look at Washington, D.C., if we keep doing the same, we keep sending the same people, we're going to keep getting the same results.
100% agree.
And right now, what we have is even with our representative. He was on was it GCTV6? They're out of Grundy County.
Okay.
But he was talking about how I've never voted in favor of a CR until now.
Yeah.
And so what we'll do is it's what we have going on is same sides or different sides of the same coin. Yeah. So for us Republicans, we're going to call it a big beautiful bill and pass it in the middle of the night. And the Democrats are going to like, oh no, they're doing the things that are, and when the Democrats do it, we're going to call it an omnibus and they're going to pass it in the middle of the night. I'm like, what? The common thing is we're overspending for any of them doing it.
Yeah.
So, and now I have to start.
There's a lot of praise hands going up.
I do believe in the America First agenda. I am on board with President Trump and what he's doing. However, where I differ is these guys knew since November that this stuff was coming. Yeah. And they chose, and here we are, we're pushing July.
Yes.
And it's only passed the House. And the House has passed it in a way that is a deficit spending. And they talk about we're cutting spending. No, you're cutting what you were planning to overspend, which I guess is a start, but not good enough.
That's just a start.
Yeah,
what's the end game?
You're just not going to overspend as much as you had planned.
Yes,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean,
$36 trillion. Yeah. That's what people have to remember. That's
$36 trillion.
And it will fail. I mean, even right now, you look at in some programs that we think are the sacred cows that we can't talk about.
Everything
defense,
talk about.
Medicaid, Social Security, and I'm in the bracket that I'm going to be reduced if we don't fix it.
Correct.
These benefits I've paid into. So I think benefit might not necessarily be the right term. This is, I guess, in this one, this is money owed back to me.
Yeah.
But even outside of that, and so they've taken a year off of that. Yeah. When we're gonna have to start, when the discussion actually starts. Start it now. But so they look at these, and like we can't do anything about it, and it's because I want to get reelected. You know what? Quit.
I feel like, I know what you're saying. Yes.
So, but we get the same thing in Washington, D.C. If we keep sending the same guys, we're going to keep getting that same
results.
Thing. And eventually it will crash.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about your own household budget.
Oh, yeah.
How long can you spend at a deficit you can do some things. You can. I can. All right. Hey,
you eventually will crash.
But eventually, it's going to crash.
I agree.
So, and who bails us out? Where do we go as a nation?
Where do we go?
So, if we want to be the adults in the room and have the conversation, let's go.
See, that's what I feel like, when the whole reason Trump did get nominated in is because people are tired of the same old thing.
Yes.
And they felt like they know if he's in the office, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
And also the comment I was hearing a lot of stuff people saying is like, Daddy's back now and he's going to, spank, like there's going to be people getting in trouble. Right. And I think that's what I think people in general, not just saying it's a Trump thing, but I think Americans are sick and tired of the sitting and the waiting game. People want to take action.
Yeah.
We need to see movement. I'm tired of being in the stagnant water and being like, okay, well, I'm up here. Can you help me? And then they do something and okay, well, it's halfway done. I want to be out of the water where I can feel free and fly and do my thing.
You look at so his first presidency, the reason, and this is still fairly true today, but I mean, he had, obviously, the Democrats are not happy.
No.
But you had all the never Trumpers. And just exactly what you're talking about. What's the issue? This dude's a man of action.
Yeah.
He's doing things. Yeah. And they're like, whoa, wait a minute. No, that's not what we do up here.
Oh, that's not how we do things here.
And while I think
that's what I'm saying.
I think we are. I mean, it was the 4 years under Joe Biden were horrible in what he did to us as a nation. But I think that really we have a better President Trump now. But what we need is the doggone Congress to jump up
and
start doing things. I mean, for all these executive orders he's doing, why is there no legislation? Any of this stuff, these 80-20 issues, start running it.
And it's like Junior says, I would love to see those have a backbone and stand up for the people and not the follower. If they feel it in their heart, things are wrong.
Yeah.
And this goes across the board. This is not just a Republican thing. This is across the board on everybody.
I mean, you can't look at Washington D.C. and be like, man, that's how it should be done.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. These guys. Again, we go. The debt right now is the largest threat to this country, and these guys refuse to legitimately do anything about it. They're doing the shell game, right? Oh, it's 10 years from now, it's gonna quit with it.
I wish they would just talk to how our city officials have started cutting down budgets and stuff here in our own town, because since we've been going to our these subcommittees and seeing how they have cut and spliced and had to reduce some grants, or not grants, had to reduce some nonprofits just to get where we need to go. It's not the funnest job to do, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, you have to be the adult in the room.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to get everything they want, but and focus on what the actual mission of the government is.
Yeah,
and my focus is federally, and what is up to like 90% of what we have the federal government doing, it's not constitutional, unconstitutional that they're doing these things.
Yeah.
And so we have got, so we start talking about one of them like Social Security.
Yeah.
So we cannot just yoink this from people.
No, you can't just take it away now.
Yeah, we have sold these, generations a bill of goods. Yeah. But we do have to start the extraction process. And there's ways to do it. Buyouts, and I don't have all the answers, but you start setting like age groups. And so, the youngest, like, all right, you're on your own. Figure out how money works, start investing for your future, start planning for your medical stuff, and start doing this. We start pulling back government regulation, let states handle, that portion of it. But then you start a sunset. And then, some in the middle group maybe do a buyout. You guaranteed I would.
Oh, take the buyout.
I'd take a buyout.
Okay.
I'd have to take a look at what it says.
Right.
But I'd be on board. Yeah. Like, give me my money back and let me, fail or succeed on my own merits.
Yeah,
because it's not up to especially the federal government to make sure, the soft landing we talk about for an economy or whatever. It's up to me whether I fail or succeed.
Right.
And it's just up to you to some guide rails and limits on some things, but financially, that's a me problem.
Oh yeah, and talking about money, and I know there's pros and cons to anything that goes in, but on the pro side, when Doge came in and done all that, I was so grateful as an American knowing the transparency now of where our taxpayer dollars go. You're hearing it live from someone's mouth. You don't have to do the research. Now you can. Yeah. I always tell people everything Tom's talking about, whatever I'm talking about, and whatever the president's talking about, you can go online and find all of this on very well certified websites.
Yeah.
Don't go and just click Google and say da-da-da-da-da. You're going to see a ton of different options. Yeah. And normally, because one's paid higher, that's why it's at the top. But you really need to go to your Tennessee.gov pages, the United States page, and look at all this information because it has to be public. A lot of this is public knowledge. How the people vote. Yeah. What the bill's coming up. Things like that. And if you don't like what you're seeing, what you're reading, I've said this time and time again on the show, and you need to go to these subcommittees. You need to be in contact with your city and county officials. Tom said this in last year's speech, and it really set with me. It starts with us at the bottom, with the local, and then we do, and then hopefully our local politics will go to our state, and then state to the, the tippy top.
And that's what, you see a lot of like, these politicians, blah, blah. Well, we, the people, have a say in this, and a stake in it, and a duty to stay informed.
Yes.
Now, and you don't have to be like so engrossed in it that it's consuming you every day, which I wouldn't recommend.
No.
But have, be aware, put some effort like each week into like, hey, what's going on in the and there is so much stuff, but figure out where your passion lies.
Yeah.
If it's the finance, then go to, here locally, you're the committee in the county commission or city, whichever you're at, and then spread that news or spread that, what's going on. Just like, it was actually interesting. I was have been going to these, and we just had the County Powers Act. That was a big thing. And I will tell you, I talked to one of the commissioners, and because she had voted no on it, and I was in favor of it. Now I'm like, okay, probably if we thought this was a problem before, we should have been doing it a lot sooner.
Oh yeah, and Chris Rippey brought that up. Like all these other counties have done it 10, 15 years ago. Why are we just now doing it now?
Yeah, but
he brought that up,
and that's where we live in these counties without the regulation for a reason.
Yeah,
so that can be maybe expected. And like I said, if you see stuff going on around you, then kind of jump in a little earlier.
Yeah,
and so that kind of gave me a new perspective on it, because I was like, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's pass it.
To help us, and again with the County Powers Act, I'm going to say this till I'm black and blue in the face at this point. I don't like having more red tape in government going on in our local government, but at the same time, if it helps us with these big box stores or these, people that try to overtake our local standards, would that be the word to use? Our local views, then I'm all for it.
Yeah. And it does, the government does serve a purpose. And that's where, so, having learned that lesson, now maybe need to apply it forward. If you're, it's like, what thing do we want not in Warren County?
Yeah, what do we not want
and
to
so
happen?
What if it's not here now that we can, push this and like, okay, let's regulate this particular thing.
I agree.
And for me too, it was the part of the arguments were like, you can't tell me what to do on my land. Well, here's the deal. We don't really own it.
No.
The way, and if I were in charge of some stuff, I would do property as a sales tax. And then once you pay all that off, there's no more, because what happens if you don't pay your taxes? I can't think of the court, the Chancery Court.
Okay.
Auctioning off your property because you didn't, you paid your bank note, but now you didn't pay your taxes. So it's like, really? That,
what happens?
Yeah. So really tell me, do you own your land? No, you don't.
No, you don't. Not if you're not paying your taxes right.
Yeah.
And Junior said, speaking of taxes, he said, when it involves your tax dollars, people should show up and track the money being spent.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Mm-hmm. This is across the board for all Americans.
Yeah.
We need to know where our money's going to, because if we don't, I feel as an American, they're going to think I'm dumb And I'm like, well, they're not going to look and see. We can go do this, this, and this. But you got to stick with it. So when the upcoming elections happen in 2026 with the primaries and I always say the big boy one, look into these candidates. We here at Warren First are going to do once again, like a little cool meet and greet like we did before. Yeah. We're going to beef it up a little bit this time. And we're also going to put it in our newspaper as well to let you know the candidate and get to know some stuff as well.
And that's how you and individually write the letters like, hey, there's this event going on. I would like to see you at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see if our congressional rep shows up.
Yeah.
I don't bet a whole bunch, but I'd have $1.
I remember last year when we sent the email out, they said, unfortunately, but that time he was at, I want to say something. He was at he was in Washington for something.
Right.
And so he couldn't. So that was a legit,
no, I get that.
Because I double checked, by the way, because I'm like, come on, I bet you tell that to everybody.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't be mad if they're, depending on how far you're trying to schedule. Yeah. But they had this last break a month or so ago now. But I mean, this dude, he had time to go to Texas and check out, SpaceX and the Border Patrol guys. But you could not come here and do a town hall.
Right.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's part of the deal. You come back and explain, and that's why for me, I'm laying out ahead of time like my values and how I will vote, because I get a say in it too. That's one of the things you do this. The oath is to the Constitution, and then the responsibility is to come back and explain, why I voted how I voted. Right. And there's some things I've said, the values are absolutely no on deficit spending. I don't even care. So this big, beautiful bill, I would have been a no. Yeah. And that would have been the difference out of the House of it passing and failing. And we need to change these big, beautiful bills, omnibus. It should be line itemed out, or at most 2 or 3 things in one bill.
Like itemized.
And then you're stand on the record of what you support, because that's how they provide political cover. I've heard it from Scott Desjardins. Well, I voted yes to transgender affirming care in the military because I wanted the service members to get a pay raise, which is a almost 25-year Army veteran. I will tell you, keep your dang pay raise and keep this transgender stuff out of the service, especially with taxpayers should not be funding that. If you want to do that to yourself, fine. You're 18, then go for it. Yeah. But it's not a taxpayer problem.
I always say it's a choice you make.
Yes.
So you make a choice I made a choice to put on my blue lounge clothes today with my blue hat. That was a choice.
I don't know what your normal time is, but I appreciate you letting me come on.
You're welcome.
Especially talking about the VFW. I'm telling you guys, you're out there, and if you're not eligible for the VFW, American Legion, the DAV, if you're a Marine, those guys, Marine Corps League, those guys participate. Not a lot of members, but they show up.
Yeah.
Whatever name you can lend your name to and participate. Please show up to the meetings.
Yeah. Please show up. And if you have not been a part of the AFW and you want to, this is a great time, because I always say the more voices we have, the more way we can get things changed. Yeah. If you want to be the change in your community when it comes to vet services and programs, you yourself have to be a part of that change.
Yeah.
Or at least let somebody know, what's going on.
The word. And then, for the politically, the primary one really is Facebook, and that's Tom Davis for Congress. And like I said, I've had these videos up, and I'm breaking down that town hall kind of issue by issue. And my YouTube is Tom Davis TN4.
There it goes.
Yep. On the X machine, I trying to work into that, and that's Tom Davis TN4. Yeah. And then on the gram, isn't that what all the kids are calling it? Yeah.
On the gram? Yeah. That's new to me.
Yeah. So, but that one's
scary.
And that's Tom Davis TN4, but that one is actually linked through Facebook. So that worked.
Okay.
So if I can figure out, or as I figure out AI, that dude will be.
I can't wait to tell you what I found out the other day.
Awesome.
Well, guys, Tom has been such an absolute dream this morning. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on.
And anytime, like I say, I've talked to so many people. If you are out there fixing to run for the political 2026 campaign for any reason, whether it's a Democratic position, a Republican position, independent, and you just want to get your campaign out there, please utilize Warren First as a platform to get your stuff out there. And you can always call us at 931-369-3050. But we're going to
tag when you repost this and share this, tag Victoria Broderick too.
Yes, please.
Let her know some other
Shout
venues.
out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then real quick, so part of that is I offered her and her husband 2-day pistol course at Tactical Response in Camden, because part of that the town hall was gun control. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, I own a gun, I own two, so I offered the covering the course. Yeah. 9mm. I would offer to cover the ammo as long as she shoot 9mm. Yeah. Or you run one of my blasters, and then lodging up there at Tactical Response in Camden, and that's Camden, Tennessee. And so far crickets. I've hit her a couple times, and gave her the full schedule like the rest of the year. So the offer is still good. Yeah. If she wants to go up there.
Why not? Let's all have.
I went to this town hall surrounded by Democrats. I'm like, hey, why not?
You're about to take a bullet for the team at this point going up there. Well, guys, it has been a blast hanging out with Todd. We're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we're going to, because today's got to be a quick show because I got to get my dog to the vet. I just remembered. Stop. It's just going to be one of those days, Tom.
All right.
But remember, Warren County, keep it first.
Beersheba Highway, McMinnville, or give them a call at 474-1776. At Our Coffee, we pour love into every cup of coffee we serve. Welcome to Our Coffee Drive-Thru, located at 601 Beersheba Highway, McMinnville.
Don't know what to eat? Have you tried Cumberland Biscuit Company or Tops Frozen Yogurt and Metro Deli? Down on Main, you can enjoy pizzas and sandwiches, weekly combo specials, soups, salads, and finish it up with Tops Frozen Treats. On the weekends, check out Cumberland Biscuit Company's unique dishes like the Twisted Goat Burger or the Bambushka Burger. For lunch or dinner, get the experience of going out of town right here in McMinnville, down on Main. Follow Tops and Cumberland Biscuit Company on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
When you need help with your medical needs, who are you going to call? At Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, you're not just a number, you're a part of our community. When you call Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy, you'll get a live person to help answer your medical questions. In a hurry? Try our convenient drive-thru. Not able to get out? We offer free delivery within the city limits. Stacy specializes in Mr. Stewart's over-the-counter and prescription cough syrups. Need to transfer your prescriptions? It's no trouble to transfer to Stacy's, where people care and wellness matters. Stacy's Wellness Pharmacy is located at 485 North Chancery Street, or give them a call at 474-0600.
Craving the best barbecue in the South? Look no further than Prater's Barbecue in Morrison. Whether you're dining in or taking out, we've got something for everyone.
From our mouth-watering brisket, baby back ribs, juicy ribeye steaks, specialty sandwiches, and fried chicken tenders, your taste buds are in for a treat.
Don't forget our weekly specials. Monday, spaghetti or hamburger steak. Tuesday, meatloaf or barbecue chicken pork. Wednesday, pork loin or Salisbury steak. Thursday, smoked chicken halves or country fried steak. Friday, fried catfish or Cajun catfish on rice.
Whether you're feeding hundreds at a company picnic or meeting a friend for lunch, you can count on Prater's to satisfy your taste buds.
Call us at 635-2259 and taste the tradition at Prater's Barbecue. 30 years of excellence.
Hey, this is Kevel at the Cafe at Tree City, and I'm happy to say that you can now order all of your favorite espresso drinks online for pickup or curbside delivery. And you can do that by getting on Google, searching the Cafe at Tree City and just clicking online order, or follow our social channels and click on the link in our profile. Come enjoy a drink with us inside for pickup or to go. Hope to see you all soon. Thanks.
Visit Randall Walker Farms at 8240 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. From fresh plants to seasonal favorites, we have everything you need to beautify your home or project, available for both retail and wholesale. Looking for something sweet? Don't miss out on our delicious frozen blueberries. Stop by and see us 6 days a week, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. For more information, call 931-635-9535 or email rwalkerfarms@benlomond.net. Get ready with Randall Walker Farms, where planning begins. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Warren First 931. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter, alongside with Brian Carr. He's going to come here in just a few minutes. But real quickly, let's talk about weather being brought to you by Reddick Brown Ford. And again, this is your community weather for this week. It is 83 degrees in downtown McMinnville, but it feels like 88. Today's high is going to be 87, and then tonight's low is 69 degrees. Now, the rest of the week of the weather, of course, last night we had some off and on thunder showers and stuff, but it wasn't enough rain for what probably the nurserymen need right now. But today there is a 40% chance of thunderstorms and showers. Saturday, it's 55. Sunday is 60. And then Monday on through Wednesday is a 70 to 35% chance of rain, which I feel like we have needed that because of everything going on right now.
Yeah, gotta air them out.
You gotta let the ladies air out. I'm telling you.
I mean, I love these vintage fishing shirts, but it's getting hot out there, guys. So make sure. I love what you and Reece were talking about earlier about making sure that you take care of your pets. Make sure there's plenty of water, even if you're just outside. Man, they've got a layer of fur, unless you got one of those bald Dr. Evil cats.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. The ones that, those I would really, really worry about sunscreen. Would you have to sunscreen your animal at that point?
Look, I'm one of those people.
I was like, me too. We're like albino.
Yes.
But just to remind everybody, 4th of July events are happening. One event that I do want to, before we get into this, before I forget to mention it again, today and tomorrow there is a big neighborhood yard sale going on, and it is with, let me get to it. Why are we doing that? Okay, I'll get her later. The neighborhood yard sale. So please share this event. If you have one this weekend, feel free to click at the pic and add your address to it. So it starts at 7 a.m. today and tomorrow. Okay, I see somebody fancy. It's going to be on Duggan Road and Booger. Hopefully I'm saying that Ridge. C. Cardwell Road, 5681 Sparta Highway. These are the area locations of said yard sales going on. So don't miss it on Old Smithville Road and Flat Shoals Road. So you can go on our Facebook page and our Instagram page and see that. But that's the big yard sale going on today and tomorrow. And who do we have, David?
David, thank you.
Here.
I don't know you that know about Warren County basketball that's watched it. Know about Devin's fish here. Devin works for us, has worked for us 2 summers.
Oh, I didn't know
that.
And
not only is he a fantastic worker, he's a good young man.
Yeah.
He's a great basketball player.
Sit
down. Come on over here, Dev. I want you to, I think his mom and dad raised him right. He's a good young man.
Aww.
We're proud to have him join the Supreme team, and I know his daddy's proud to have him on the Warren County basketball team. So, David, I'd like for him to just talk a little bit about Warren County basketball.
Sure.
If you don't,
He is no stranger to Warren First 931.
He's a senior this year, so he's going to be going to college playing basketball somewhere. So we're very thankful and blessed to have David work with us here and be a part of our team. And I just like to have him on the podcast, Kelly, if you don't appreciate it.
I don't mind. All right, David. So you've been with Supreme for how many years now?
This has been my 2nd summer. I started at the beginning of last summer.
Okay.
So,
and what makes you keep coming back?
Well, I like the people around me, and everybody here is great and nice to me. They're good to me. Yeah. So it makes it easy.
I love that. So, it's just a good summer job, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And of course, basketball. We got to talk about. Y'all had an amazing season.
Yeah, we did.
I know that. I was at the game where, this was going to be the make or break game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost. But at the same time, I want you to know what your dad's coaching staff, they are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And the way that they are training you guys, not just in basketball stuff, but life.
Yeah.
Right? You want to talk a little bit about?
Well, that's the big thing he preaches about. He's like, I'm here to make you a better basketball player, but when we get done with it, I want you to be a better person and a better young man, because after this, it's real life throughout the world. You're on your own. So he tries to help you try to mature you, and so that way when you get to that next step, that you're making the best decisions for yourself, and so that way you can have your head on your shoulders, right?
Yeah.
So
love it. And everybody probably asks you, and this is probably how is it like working with your dad? Because the coach, and then there's dad.
Yeah, well, our first year or two, we had a hard time separating that. When I came home, just being dad or coach. But this past year, we did a good job at it. And sometimes we butt heads because we're just so much alike.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens sometimes. But this past year, we did a great job of separating it, and it's been a lot easier. And we've just learned how to work with each other instead of butting heads like that as much.
Work together instead against each other. I love that.
And but I love playing for him, and I don't think I'd want to play for anybody else. So
I love that.
So
yeah. So what kind of colleges are you thinking about? If you had it, if they were like you had all the applications right in front of you that wanted you, which is your top 3?
Probably. Well, for D1, it would probably be about Belmont or Lipscomb like that because they're great schools and they're close to home.
Yeah.
Also, I like Lee, which is down there in Cleveland. It's a great school too. It's really nice. And right now, for the schools that I do have offers from, I got offer from Maryville, Covenant College, which is down there on Lookout Mountain, and then LaGrange College, just about an hour and a half past Atlanta.
Okay.
So they're all Division
So
threes.
people are looking at you. That's great.
And I got a couple other looks from some JUCOs and NAIs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm hopefully because when we go in about 2 weeks, for my AAU team, we have our live sessions where they can come and watch. So I'm hoping to get in front of some more guys there.
Yeah, and have more options.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that.
Devin, talk about your teammates. I think there's going to be about 5 seniors starting this year. So we're really looking forward to seeing this team.
That's the one thing that we've been trying to talk about this summer is we can't just have 5 guys with us. We have our 5 seniors coming back, and we got Isaiah coming off the bench, so it makes 6 of us. We got us, but it's not going to be just about us. We're only going to be as good as our bench can be and how deep we are. Because we played a team this summer, and they're from I think it was Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
They've been the state championship the past 3 years down there, and they play 15 guys, and every about 40, 50 seconds they sub, and you play as hard as you can like it, and we couldn't do nothing. We were out of gas. They just kept going, kept throwing guys at us, and honestly, that's what it takes. So we're going to be as good as our bench this year. That's one thing about us is we're going to have to get deeper. And this summer, some of our guys have started to step up. Kanan Paris and Chris and some other guys like that are starting to step up and fill those roles from last year, which is good. And that's because what we're going to need if we're going to make a run like we want to.
And in your practices, like not only are y'all being coached, are y'all helping coach the younger ones on the bench as well?
Yeah, like we always talk about too. Like my dad says, good teams are player led. I mean, the coach can only do so much, but you got to go out there and execute, and you got to know what to do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we're trying to coach them guys up because they're all raw. Another guy like Luke Simpson, I think he'll get good minutes for us this year. And that was one thing about this summer he didn't really know because JV ball is a lot different than when you're playing men, 18-year-old guys.
Oh yeah.
So trying to help coach them up.
The transition and all that. That's
a lot different.
So okay.
Are you playing AAU ball?
I am. I play for the Tennessee Tigers. We're based out of like Nashville area, but we have guys from Nashville all the way to Chattanooga. And we have one kid, he's from Hamilton Heights, which is a prep school down there in Chattanooga. He's Canadian. So like he flies back and forth in the summertime like that. And we also got some Swedish kids on our team that go to Webb over there in Bell Buckle.
Oh.
So I mean they're from all over. And I got his name is Chip. He's been doing it for 20 years and he knows what he's talking about and you just gotta listen to him. And he's got connections everywhere. That's one reason that I've got some of the looks that I have is because of him. He knows and they trust him and they're like, you need this player on your team. And that's great because he's a very reliable source and he's helped me so much.
I love that.
Deep up with the NBA draft.
I have. I'm a Duke fan, so it went good for us. Cooper Flagg and we had 5-6 guys get drafted. So, I mean, it was a good draft for the Duke guys.
And tell the folks about the kids that went to Duke, about Cooper Flagg and what high school that they went to beforehand.
So Cooper Flagg, he went to Montverde Academy, which is a prep school down there in Florida, and it's a powerhouse. There's a thing that it was a picture of his starting 5 when he was down there and they were playing, and their whole starting 5 got drafted in the first round. It's one of those schools like that. And then we got one guy, his name's Kaman Malawach. He's from South Sudan down there, and he's huge. He's like 7 foot and can move like a guard. And let's see who else we got. You got Tyrese Proctor. He's Australian. I mean, he would never know it until he starts talking. He starts talking about like, where'd that come from? And he's got big old puffy hair like up here. He's good too. And then we got Colin Knipple. He went to Wisconsin Lutheran, which is up there in Wisconsin. I mean, they're a powerhouse too. He's got like 4 brothers, and they're like exactly like him like that. So those guys, they're different breed up there.
So with the elite program, or with what you're doing with AAU ball, you're getting to play against some of the best players in the state, and that's or in the country really, and that's preparing you guys coming into the season. Is everybody on the Warren County High School team playing AAU ball?
I know me, Deshaun Corbin, and Reno are. I think the only guy that hasn't played is Chance Whitlock. He played in the first little bit, but he's not playing now because he was playing with WC Elite, and they're already done. So just about everybody is playing for us.
So when you, like any kid that will watch this later on, if they wanted to become the best athlete, what would you tell them what they need to do? You gotta stay in the gym for sure. With whether it be lifting, I mean, lifting's a big part. And I didn't start really getting into it until this past year, but it makes the game so much easier. Yeah. And also just staying in the gym, like getting in with Jalen Johnson. I go to him on Wednesday nights. He's over at Bernard. I get in with him, and he's been a great guy for me. And it's a very intense workout, and you're going to get tired, and that's what you're going to need because you're going to be like that in the game too. Yeah. And then get in with somebody like us. I got a shooting coach. He's from Sparta, Jason Winningham, and he played overseas. He's great. I love him. And you just gotta be consistent with what you do, because consistency is key. If you're not going to be consistent, then you're not going to see your gains. Yeah. So it's like that in the weight room too. Every day, 4 or 5 days a week. But that's mostly what I would say is just be consistent with whatever you do. So are you excited about the new season coming up?
I am. I'm ready to get forward to it, but I'm not ready. I mean, I'm not ready for August rolls around and he's like, we don't even touch the basketball for a month and a half. It's called commitment month, and all we do is we just run and lift.
Oh,
it's terrible. Okay. Yeah, it's terrible.
So out of all the things, that's the worst part about that.
But luckily, this is my last go around at it, so after that, I'm done with it.
So how does it feel going in being a senior this year?
Well, it's quick. I feel like I just moved here, and that 2-3 summers ago, and I'm here. It's the last go around, and I'm excited for it. Though I'm ready to get going because I think we do got something special. But it's about time to be an adult and get out there in the real world too. At the same time,
I was going to say, I love that answer.
It's hitting you quick.
Biggest game of the season you're looking forward to this year?
Redo of that last one.
Yeah, I reckon I gotta say them because it's always a good one playing them. But this year we'll have because we changed districts this year, and we got Cookville added to us, and they're going to be good. So I'm looking forward to playing them too.
See, Cookville in 2003, 203, we had Cookville was our rivalry team. That was the one we always had, like button the heads, the commentary, it was great banter. But seeing what Coffee County does, oh wow, okay, y'all brought up y'all A game.
Yeah,
and I want to say, as a senior, are you going to try to implement to the juniors and to the freshmen how to I want to say handle yourself on and off the court? Because I know with Coffee County, their student section.
Well, it's definitely hard going there because you win and you want to go over there and just say something to them right to their face. But you gotta have enough in you not to do that and embarrass yourself and your team. But I definitely would. I don't even gotta tell them that's a rivalry because they know they've played them guys since middle school, so they know who they are. It's like last year, all them guys that we played against when I knew all of them and they knew me. But it was partially I knew them because I was playing against them, but also because I'm dating one of the girls from their school. So
that's what I was gonna say. I'm trying to get that out of you.
they knew that. They knew me pretty good too. So, but this year, there'll be a lot of new guys for them, but it don't matter. I still ain't gonna like them. So,
on the court, right?
Yeah, off the court, I can be fine. I'm chill with all of them off the court. Yeah. It's just on that. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
That's the mindset.
And it's called friendly competition. At the end of the day, when you go on the court, it's like we're gonna see who can win this game. And then when you're off, you're like, dude, that was great. Off the court, we could say what we want to say.
Yeah, it's just like flipping a switch. And a lot of people don't have that switch. You just got to flip it, and
something you learn.
Yeah, it's something you learn. You just got to flip a switch when you get on, and then you get off, and it's over. It's done with.
So when you go to college, last thing, and I'll let you go back to work because I know they're always busy over here. What are you wanting to go to college for? I know you're going to probably go and play basketball and stuff. But what is your end game? What do you want to do for the rest of your life?
I want to go into engineering.
Okay.
Of some sort, probably electrical or something like that, or manufacturing engineering and something like that.
Okay.
So
we got great schools here.
Yeah, I'm trying to. That's the thing. I'm trying to find, because some of the schools don't have the major I'm looking for.
Yeah.
They have co-op programs and stuff like that, where it's like a 3-2. You do like 3 years of
That's
mathematics,
right. Yeah.
and then go off to a big school like UT or UTC.
Yeah.
So that's been the biggest thing so far, and that'll probably be what I base where I'm going to go off of is whoever has my major. Because like at some of the smaller schools, they don't have as many programs as Wildfield. But what I've also thought about doing is getting a business degree and then what's the
undergrad
MBA, something like that in accounting, and then go back get my master's in business, and then kind of go into that field, accounting.
Oh, that's great. Sounds like you got a plan. That's all that matters.
That's what I've thought about this summer, because when I've gone on my visits and stuff like that is what I want to do and what I want to base my decision off of. So
I love that. So. Well, thank you so much.
Hey, put a plug in for Warren County basketball.
Yes. Basketball goes. Coach Fish does a phenomenal job. I want to say raising these boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to say it. It's not just all about basketball. It's about life skills, because you can't get anywhere without that, honestly. But we are going to take another quick break from a word from our sponsors. And when we get back, we're going to have Brian on and we'll wrap up the show. But remember, Warren County, keep it first.
And we are fully committed to the people and the communities that place their trust in us. McMinnville in Warren County is just one of the 9 counties that we serve. With 4 convenient branch locations, along with 7 ATM and ITM locations, you can be assured that Citizens Tri-County Bank is close by. Committed to you and committed to the communities we serve. It truly is what makes Citizens Tri-County Bank the only community bank you'll ever need. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
February is the month of delicious deals at Sonic Drive-In in McMinnville. Get ready to treat yourselves. Starting February the 24th, cool down with their delicious, refreshing strawberry mangonada slush. Perfect for those sunny days. Start your day right with our special drink offer until 10 a.m. Make Sonic your rise and shine morning destination. So many flavors to choose from. And remember, we've got the best sun drop in town. Dive into these amazing deals this February at Sonic Drive-In.
This is David Moore with Supreme Building Products. We've been your one-stop shopping center for lumber and building supplies since 1963. We're a family-owned business and operated and proudly served Warren counties for over 50 years. At Supreme, it's not just about great prices, but it's about exceptional service. Our customers are what's always supreme. From lumber to roofing to plumbing and paint, we have everything you need to build your dream home from the ground up. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner or a weekend warrior, our knowledgeable staff is ready to assist you at our state-of-the-art drive-through lumberyard. Visit us, please, at the corner of Highway 70 and North Spring Street. There's something for everyone at Supreme Building Products, where quality and customers come first, and the coffee's always free. And always be sure to shop local. Call us, please, at 473-9564.
Spring is here, and so are your yard care needs. Visit McMinnville Lawn and Garden at 129 Keel Drive, where we've been serving our community since 1995. With a rock-solid reputation for excellent service, our dedicated team is here to help you find the best lawnmowers, leaf blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and more. We proudly carry top brands like Echo, Stihl, Shindala, Gravely, Cub Cadet, and Skag. Take advantage of our early spring service, free pickup, and a discount on service. Plus, from chainsaws to gardening tools, we've got you covered for storm season. Trust the experts at McMinnville Lawn and Garden, where quality and customer satisfaction come first. Call us today at 815-5296.
Hey, this is Kevel at the Cafe at Tree City, and I'm happy to say that you can now order all of your favorite espresso drinks online for pickup or curbside delivery. And you can do that by getting on Google, searching the Cafe at Tree City and just clicking online order, or follow our social channels and click on the link in our profile. Come enjoy a drink with us inside for pickup or to go. Hope to see you all soon. Thanks.
All right. Welcome back to Warren First 931. I'm your host of the show, Kelly Walker Slaughter.
And I'm the beard, Brian Carr from up the road, your neighbor up the road.
And just to clarify, since Brian is here, first and foremost, Brian, tell everybody why, when you're going to be coming back to the show because you're going on vacation.
Well, because of the way it works in my family, my wife works for the school system and she is in administration. So she basically has where most teachers have 2 months off during the summer.
Yeah.
They have to work, the last 2 weeks of school, then the first 2 weeks starting up. So she has about a month.
Yeah.
And so in that month, we've got to go see everybody. And we've got, her sister lives in Canada, so we got to go to Canada.
Yeah.
But the girls have made it into the National Beta Club competition in Orlando. Our high school's down there right now. They're getting ready to come back. Our middle school's getting ready to go down there. We'll be there for Sunday and through July 3rd. I will come back for July 4th because my favorite band in the world, Joe Harvey Band, is playing at the Civic Center.
And the Ninth Sun.
And the Ninth Sun's opening up for them. And it's going to be really cool to have that because I haven't had a lot of bands at the Civic Center here lately.
Yeah.
And with all the new renovations and everything that's been going on. And then, we've got, we're getting into Life Without Dr. Peppers. And so.
Oh, I love that Life Without Dr. Peppers.
Well, they were such a, the Miller family did so much for this community. And now last year was the first year without them. And then now this year we're doing this where we've got Main Street aligning with the
Ben
Parks
Lohan and First National Bank.
So I really want to be there to support the guys and then just to be part of McMinnville history. So we're excited about that. And then we take off. We're going to we're going to Montreal via Washington D.C. via Boston. So we're going to go to D.C. for a day or two, and then we're going to go to Boston, and we're going to go through Rhode Island. We've never been to Rhode Island,
that'd be fun.
And so we're marking all our states off, and then we're going to try to hit the base of Maine. Kittery, Maine is where. So to hit Maine and then go to Montreal to see our family that lives there.
Yeah.
And then we'll try to make it back in time for church camp and everything else that follows behind that. So it is going to be a busy summer, but I'm going to try, if I've got, and this is the thing, we live and die by the internet here.
Yes.
So if we have no connectivity, we're,
it's going to be okay.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Parks and Recreation, but the guy who plays Andy.
Love it.
He says, Leslie, I typed in your symptoms and it looks like your problem is internet connectivity problems. so that's the way we are. But I will try to let you guys know and give you a post if I'm in. I don't think I'll be in DC over the weekend, so we won't be hosting the show. I might take a few pictures and do a pop in, let you guys know what's going on because. With all the stuff going on in Washington, D.C. right now, all the stuff going on in the world, there's protesting, there's all kinds of things going on. And I don't want to get sucked up into that, so I might have to wear my press helmet or
just wear it,
But no,
pros and cons.
I'll try to let folks know what's going on. I'll try to give people some historical moments in Boston because that's what I'm excited about. I didn't get to take a lot of vacations when I was a kid, but my parents did take us up to Boston when I was 13 and got to walk the Freedom Trail. My dad was so excited. As soon as we saw water, as soon as we saw the Boston Harbor, my dad pulled off the thoroughfare. And I mean, it's heavy traffic. He pulls off the side of the road. He's so excited. He's been riding all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, all the way to Boston, Massachusetts,
just to see that
with packs of Lipton tea in the front seat. And so we got out and we threw tea, broke them open and threw it into the Boston Harbor to celebrate the Boston Tea Party.
I love that.
Look, you have the Boston Massacre, in which I don't recall my history, but I think 5 individuals. One was an African, and I don't think he was African American. I think he was a freedman, but his name was Patrick Carr, and that's how I remember it. But those were the people that were killed in the Boston Massacre, which set up the talks for revolution. So there's so much history in Boston, and I'm excited to share that with my family. But I'd love to share it with you, Warren County, because we live in the greatest country of all time.
Why
and
not?
to have Tom Davis here, our VFW correspondent / all things media. And look, I really want to throw this caveat on there. Yes, Tom is running on the Republican ticket, but we want anybody. We want our Democrats,
yes.
Even if you're an independent. Hey, come on and
please
share.
Come on the show and talk. We would love to hear what's going on in your meetings. And I want to say thanks to Lanisa Bell and them because they actually email me the notes when I can't be at those meetings. They also we shared their video live the other night. Or no, we had the video there live the other night. Mm-hmm. Brian was there at that meeting. We can't be at every meeting, but we want to try to be as present as possible. So if you're listening out there and you're like, hey, dude, we just got to send her the notes. Mm-hmm. Totally. We'll put that on the local government things and such.
Well, there's things happening today. The Supreme Court just released some information, and I don't really want to go all into it, but it has to do with parents being able to pull their children out of classes that endorse or promote LGBTQ plus stuff. And so parents do have the right, but there's a lot of things. And one of the beautiful things about social media is we can go and pop on, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to show how we do this. All right. So I am at Donald Trump Truth Social page. Now, when we're saying that Truth Social page, I'm going to add this to the screen.
Oh, I got you. All right. You just keep talking.
So the beautiful thing about this is not us. This is the President of the United States. Mm-hmm. Now, we want you to let us know what you think. But as we're looking at this, just a few minutes ago, he posted about this, and I'm trying to find where the lights definitely do affect the way you see things in here. But and we'll reboot this just to make sure that it's. But listen, thank you. So 49 minutes ago, President Trump was talking about this giant win with the United States Supreme Court, and a lot of this, and this seems like he's talking about birthright citizenship, and that's been a big issue, and people feel differently about that. They're pregnant women going across the desert in Mexico just so they can get across the border and deliver a child here. And then if the parents get deported back or, they say, oh, we got to keep these people here in the United States, that's become a big issue in our country. So these are things that we have the Supreme Court for to settle cases, but they let us know. So that's the beautiful thing about social media. And hopefully in the future, we'll be able to pull more of that. But we would need your input. We need to know what sources that you like to see. But look, this just came out 50 minutes ago, and we'll try to put the stuff we can on in the newspaper, but we want to let you guys know first because we're warned first.
Yes, we try. I mean, yesterday, I want to say real quickly, I found out. So people were asking about Aldi's. Okay. So I've done some digging the past couple of days. If you go onto Google and type in, you know what, Brian, we're going to do this. So go to Google. Okay. I'm going to share your page again.
All right. Google. And we're going to put in what Aldi's.
Yep. Does it not refresh when you're on your screen?
No, you have to share this tab instead. That's
okay. Thank you. Now we're here. Well, actually, don't type in Aldi's. Type in part-time jobs in McMinnville, Tennessee. Because I want everybody to see how this works. Because everybody's like, "Oh, we're getting an Aldi's." Oh.
Part-time jobs in McMinnville, Tennessee.
Okay. Now I want you to click on the 100 plus more jobs. Yeah, right there. As you scroll, there is the point where it actually pops up. It says Aldi's at some point. It's on there because I Googled it 3 different times.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you.
Transaction operator.
And it says McMinnville, Tennessee, right? So click on it.
Let's hit it. All right.
So this pops up. But once you click on, if you keep going on, it's not the actual Aldi's page. You don't have to go any further than this. It's not the actual Aldi's page. It's another, like a job company search, whatever. And so I did, and I put like a fake number in. Job-O-Matic. Is that how I said it?
Job-Matic,
Job-Matic is the website that does it. I don't know if Job-Matic is a certified job place, but I typed in a fake email, fake name, fake number, fake everything, right? And as I get to it, now it's asking me for offers and stuff. Would you like to be offered this?
Boo.
So I don't. Now listen, with that being said, because I wanted to make sure I had this pulled up for you guys, I did some more research because Aldi's is actually getting it for 2025. They are installing 255 225 new stores in the United States as a part of their larger $9 billion expansion plan. So in 2025, we're going to see 225 new Aldi stores. That does not mean that McMinnville, Warren County is out of the loop yet, okay? But this, and then of course, you're going to see an article about this. We're going to talk more about it in the newspaper. But it lists all the stores that are currently going on with that.
Well,
now,
in saying that, I'm going to share this on there because this is another reason why this seems to make sense.
Yeah.
But if you type in Kroger News on Google, this is what you're going to come up with. And Kroger has come out and said that they are they're going to close 60 stores across the United States.
That's correct. And again, so this is another waiting game for Warren County. We don't know.
If that's one here in Warren County, and our thoughts and prayers are out to our friends who work over here at Kroger because we want the best for them. But they haven't put a lot of financial investment into this store. They didn't buy the shopping center and expand anymore, which probably was an option whenever. So they're not putting money back into it. And for me, I hate that they're not doing that. So I'm all
as far as let me finish this real quick, and I know stuff about Kroger's. But the Aldi's expansion is aiming to solidify its position as the third largest grocery store chain in the United States. Their target goal is to have 3,200 in new stores by the end of 2028. Just to throw that out there. Now, as far as Kroger's goes, yes, we're again at a sit and waiting game. You can read the great article written by James Clark on the Warren County Joy page. When the mall was purchased, the same owners that own the mall part that the county bought also owns Kroger's. Mm-hmm. And they did not sell Kroger's. So I don't know if they still own Kroger's or if Kroger's owns Kroger's. Okay, I just want to clarify that because when it was all sold, it was either you get all of it or all of it but Kroger's, and so the county bought those portions, right? So, but again, I hope that we keep our Kroger's. If we don't keep our Kroger's, maybe that's where another potential grocery store may come. I don't know. The other things that are being tossed about here in our community is a potential, maybe a Ross's. It might be coming into the Big Lots area. Don't know. I've just heard about this the other day. I've also heard, trying to piggyback on another sources we heard yesterday. Dunkin' Donuts is potentially coming to Warren County in the next year or two. Now, I will tell you, and this is word of mouth that I'm about to tell you, I was told that a Warren County traveling ball team was playing in Manchester. I'm just going to give you the story. Okay. They decided to go to Dunkin' Donuts to go get something to eat. And the assistant manager proceeded to tell the whole Warren County community ball team mamas that in the next year or two, don't worry, we'll be coming to you.
Oh, wow.
So what I did is I called the Manchester Dunkin' Donuts and I said, can I talk to the manager? And they said, yes, you can. It's me. And I said, so there's a hot rumor going around that a potential Dunkin' Donuts may be coming here in the next year or two. She goes, yeah, that is the hope. We're in talks about it. It's not concrete, but Dunkin' Donuts is supposed to be coming here in the next year or two. I don't know. But again, I would love, we've been talking about this on our show and in our circles to see more businesses like that to come to the Warren County community. We are ever so growing. And if it happens, great. If it don't, let's hope for the next. But I also want to say that when businesses are, because Warren County, I got to bring up James Clark again, talked about when things are under contract and it's like, I don't want to say an NDA, but it's very hush-hush and closed. Sometimes when businesses catch wind that, a secret's going around about Aldi's or Ross's or Dunkin' Donuts, sometimes that discourages, believe it or not, it discourages the them to purchase land here and to build here. And I know you're like, Kelly, that sounds crazy, but there is some truth to that, okay? So I want you to know that when it comes to these new businesses, let's just keep praising it and not, and don't put any negative content to it. And until we see businesses come in and there's a sign that says future home of da da da, then let's be like, yay, the industrial board's doing their job, and McMinnville's growing, and people are actually seeing it, to expand, and they see something in us that they want to come to us, right? Mm-hmm. But just know that sometimes when things get stirred up on social media and in the Main Street media, it can kind of deter people from coming here. Don't ask me why, but that's just the truth.
Well, I think we have to have realistic expectations.
We do.
Because one of the things that we have to understand is we're very blessed to have things like River Park Hospital.
Yep.
Not many counties that only have 42,000 folks that have a hospital that size.
Yeah.
And that's because back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, they worked like mad. First off, in the 60s and 70s, mm-hmm. Warren County was one of the richest counties per capita in the state of Tennessee. And the leaders, the city leaders, they had a lot more expendable income here in Warren County. And they were able to fight to get the hospital built. And in the 80s, be able to parlay and get the River Park Hospital built through HCA here in Warren County. So we're very blessed to have mm-hmm. that. And so we can't take, we can't forget about those things. But nowadays, Red Lobster, I mean, they're on the way out, but I'm just using them as an example. There's no way that they would put a Red Lobster here in Warren County because we don't have the population base. Mm-hmm. We don't have the wages. People mm-hmm. don't make the money here in Warren mm-hmm. County to have expendable income where they can do that. So, again, I think the power is with the people. I'm all about boycotting certain things to send messages to let folks know. And there are certain places that I don't want to go because I like to shop local.
Yeah.
So
same.
Supporting our local grocery stores and things like that. I do know that Kroger, and it's not Kroger's, it's Kroger. The Kroger company is owned out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and is a conglomerate. So if there's an expanding population, say like Mount Juliet or Murfreesboro, they will put money into those stores and invest and make it larger. Hadn't seen that here, and we were one of the last Kroger to get the self-checkout.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that self-checkout drives me nuts at that one. So, but no, and sorry for the people who've seen me act ugly there at Kroger. Crying about.
I do not condone any ill will towards the self checkout.
Oh, look! Well, listen, that takes jobs away, Kelly.
Hey, it is, but again, it is what it is. Things happen. We grow. You either use it or don't use it. I will say a couple events going on as we're getting wrapped up. Tonight we talked about Joe Harvey and Knight's son. Well, Battle of the Bands is going on tonight in downtown McMinnville in the Security Savings parking lot at the West Lawn. So make sure you check that out. And thanks again to Main Street Live for putting that on together. Yes, there is. See, people are visiting me all the time. And then also don't forget that on the 28th, we will be, I will be going out there to some live. I'm going to try to do some live feeds tomorrow night. But starting off, our 4th of July festivities is going to be at the Viola Valley Stars and Stripes Festival. It all starts at 5:30 with the Battle of the Band winners from last year, Ninth Son. And then that's going to be at 5:30. And then at 7 o'clock is the On the Road Again show, which yours truly will be Lainey Wilson. And my son and his father and Stephen Helton will be the Blues Brothers, just to name a couple of fun acts. And then at 9 o'clock is the fireworks show. And we want to thank Security Federal Savings Bank, Morrison Hardware, Garrison Stone and More, and Chris Springs Fireworks for making this a phenomenal event like they do each and every year. And then on July 3rd is the Centertown Recreational 2025 season celebration. It's going to be on Thursday, the day before 4th of July. And I personally do enjoy having fireworks displays for the 4th of July spread out because I don't want to miss them. We do love going to fireworks shows. But at 7 p.m. is the Youth League Special Awards, followed by the Youth League Team Basket Auction. And then once the auction's said and done at 9 p.m. is the fireworks show. And that's presented by the Moortown Fireworks and sponsored by the city of Centertown. And I'm not going to go into all the downtown events going on, starting off at 6:30 in the morning with the Stars and Stripes fun run registration. And that these events going downtown in McMinnville are from 6:30 in the morning till 11 in the afternoon or 11 a.m. at lunch. And then there's going to be a break. And then after the break, come back, like Brian was saying, at the Milner Recreation Center, kicks off at 5 p.m. with the Independence Day Freedom Fest, which again, Night Sun opens up for the Joe Harvey Band. There's going to be food trucks, music, and more, courtesy of Main Street Live. And then we have on going on the 4th of July. If you can't go to the McMinnville downtown events, make sure you check out the midway events. I said midday. Midway events as they start their celebrations at 11 a.m. and they go on until 10 p.m. at night when the fireworks go off. And I got to give some love to my Morrison folks. The town of Morrison and the Morrison Ruritan are presenting this year's 4th of July events, which will be on the 5th of July, where the baby show is going to be registrations from 2 to 3. Then it's the open ceremonies at 3. And you asked, and we found out yesterday. And then right after the opening ceremonies starts the baby show. So make sure you do that. And then that's going to go on until, of course, till 6 p.m. with the fireworks show at 9 o'clock. Now, concession stands are 2 to 9. But again, it's just going to be a great old time. Don't forget our cousins are from Smithville Fiddlers Jamborees on the 4th and the 5th with a craft fair and such. And then check out our good friends with Harrison Ferry Fireworks. They're located at 180 Tin House Road in McMinnville. Going on, because I always got to check what day today is. It is the 27th. So the fireworks stand will be open from 4 to 10 p.m. today. And then on the 28th and the 29th is 12 to 10 p.m. And then July 30th on to July 4th or June 30th through July 4th is 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And all the proceeds that you get at Harrison Ferry Fireworks is going to go towards to support the purchase of the newly purchased fire truck, which again, this is how they fundraise. We talk about more nonprofits fundraising, and this is how they do it. So we need to be in support of that. Another event that we love to give a shout out to Josh Wanamaker and them. You were talking about this earlier.
Let's go to this one right here. And this is our friends Matt and the Watt Gibbs with Josh's band, the Arcade Aquarium, that's going to be playing. And this is in Nashville tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. This is at Olive and Sinclair. And it's going to be a very special, because this is not necessarily a place that you see a show like this. Yeah. But they're going to have a special guest, The Robe. But this is a CD release party for Matt and the Watt Gibbs. And we are very fortunate to have Mr. Justin Neely on our program a few months ago. But he is drumming for these guys. There's actually several McMinnville guys in this band. So this is a big deal, folks. So if you're looking for fun on Saturday night and, you don't want to do anything around here, if you're not going to be in Viola, you want something else to do. If you want the real Nashville nightlight, go on down to see them at the Olive in St. Clair. Matt and the Watt Gibbs with our special guest Arcade Aquarium with our good friend Josh Wanamaker. And guys, they're going to be having some more shows coming up. They are. We're going to really try to let folks know if we find out, we're going to try to pass it back on. But hey, Easton and Friends, which is another group, and then our good friend Josh will be playing with this show. But this is going to be at the Park Theater, so let's kind of share this tab. So on, if you can, Saturday, July 19th from 6 to 9, the historic Park Theater in downtown
Yep.
McMinnville will be having, with their local connection series, Easton and Friends, Easton Adcock, and several guys, and Griffin Whitten is going to be in with that. So he's going to be playing an amazing guitarist. Look, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to, but we got a big weekend coming up.
We do have a big weekend, a big week. And again, if you did not subscribe to our free digital subscription to our newspaper, please do so by texting the keyword local voice to 931-369-3050. Also, if you would like a hard copy delivered to your doorstep, text the keyword doorstep as well to that same number, 369-3050. We will add you to the list of the ever so growing list of the doorsteps. It's only $2 a drop. You can also pay us ahead and we'll just keep up with it. But again, we have several places right now, 15 different locations to pick up a hard copy if you want to. We're only asking to pay for $2 because, again, newspapers aren't cheap. But next week, we're going to feature one more time the 4th of July events. So if you do have any, this is really a last call. If you really have any type of 4th of July events going on, please let me know by tonight at 6 p.m. If I don't hear anybody else by tonight at 6 p.m., nothing else is getting added.
And that also goes for yard sales and all the other things that are going on.
Yep.
So look, we've got this on the screen. We've got it posted. You see it down at the bottom, or you can scroll. But make sure that you let us know about what you need. And because we've got over 7,500 followers just on Facebook alone. And so we've got a lot of viewership. We get the information out. We try to pass it out.
We're monetized as well. A lot of people don't. We get paid for being on Instagram and Facebook now.
Yeah, so
I'm just telling you, we get a lot of reach. We cover a lot of areas, not just in the Warren County community as well. We are also outside of that. The other day, somebody was watching us from Texas that lived here that wanted to keep up while he was doing his work. I don't know how you would call it. Like he was working up there for 2 or 3 months. I can't remember what it was. So again, be diligent, be working with us. We would love to hear if you have a story that you would also like to go into the newspaper. Email me at warrenfirst931@gmail.com and we will put your story with your photos and put your name on it. It is not that hard to be that little journalist inside of you. Because my goal for this newspaper is to be 100% community-led, and it will.
And that's the neat thing. God, when you started this, God put something in your heart. So
He did.
I want to do this. Through your circumstances, through the things that you got. And it's not one of these things that you were in the sense that that's what you had, the master plan all along. It's just God puts you in situations, and I always keep hearing this resonate in my mind. God does not call the equipped. He equips the called. And so Warren County,
I agree.
This is your voice. We want to make sure that you and get your words out to let folks know what's going on. And
if you just give me a call too at 369-3050, we can do a quick interview over the phone. Because like I said, I cannot be everywhere 24/7. Brian's fixing to go on vacation. Melody's still working on photos. I'm going through, all my people. And I think Stacy, she's coming back or going to a 4-H camp. I don't know. Yeah. Everybody's at these camps. And so I want first and foremost family first. But if you're listening out there and you're like, oh my gosh, I have a story for Kelly, give me a call at 931-369-3050 and I will do my diligence to get it out. When somebody called me about the Aldi's, when somebody called me about the Plaza Shopping Center, I did my due diligence and I looked into it. And there's some things that I could not get all the answers. So I didn't feel comfortable 100% putting something out there. And that's one thing I try to, respect the owner, respect the process, But at the end of the day, I try to do my best for this community. And if I can't do it, I also let you know. That's my thing.
And rumors generally have some type of root to them to begin with. So
that's why I wanted the Aldi's thing. I wanted you to see how the Aldi's planned out because I think that Jobmatic is not a certified job.
It's what our good president would call fake news.
It's fake.
It's fake news.
And until I see otherwise or hear otherwise, and let me tell you, you are welcome to call any of your local officials. I say this all the time. You're also welcome to call the industrial board folks. Call Wendy Sneed and talk to them and see like what's going on. And they'll give you what they are allowed to say. And I know, listen, you're just like me when I hear if something's coming. Can you just be honest and tell me everything? Unfortunately, business is business, and there's some things that cannot be discussed or said.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I think about what happened with the president here recently.
Yeah.
They just can't ask Congress for permission to do a secret bombing run. It's going to get out. I mean, and there are presidential powers, executive powers that they can do. But in order to get business, there's some things that we can report about, that we need to report about, that people need to know. And there are things that if we're privileged to something, we have to sit on it and wait until it's time.
We have to let it stew.
Yeah.
I hate stewing. I hate it.
Sometimes we hate.
Well, we have to do.
We have to, or we won't get any more information. And the thing is, we want it. Social media has become its own type of journalism.
Yeah, its own media.
The rules are still being written as we speak,
and they change every day.
Well, and that's the thing. You look at the great controversy right now with Candace Owen and Tucker Carlson, Israel, AIPAC, all the things that are going on. That's been my addiction here recently.
Okay.
I got to go to bed, but before I go to bed, I got to listen to Candace. I got to listen to Tucker, and I got to listen to all the people who aren't those guys that are, like Mark Levine, bad mouthing Tucker and stuff. So it's very interesting how the world is working these days. So we want to be as transparent and honest with you guys and let you know. And look, Kelly, good detective work for checking out the Aldi's thing, because when you see postings for jobs that say McMinnville, Tennessee, everybody just assumes that that must be true. And so, and it may be down the road. We would have to know from the Aldi's folks. I mean, but
trust me, I tried to figure out the phone number and the email, and it was so hard to figure out where to go. So
well,
it wasn't friendly.
When they're ready, they'll let us know.
They'll let us know.
But it's things like that. So if you want to know if a band is coming to your town or something like that, or a concert, a lot of times you can go to their website. And see if they've listed where they're going to be, or where.
And that's what I looked into. And Aldi's has put out where the locations are, which I'm going to show Brian, but this is going to be in our newspaper, of the locations for 2025.
Okay,
and that's it. And in Tennessee, the two that they mentioned was Laverne and Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis needs to have one. I know we have them in Jackson, Tennessee. And we have them in Nashville. We have one in Mount Juliet that we really like. And so, but it is different because you have to pay for the shopping carts. And a lot of people may not like that. And you have to bring your own bags, or you have to buy their bags.
That's correct.
So
I was in Cookville when they were there. So
little bit different. So a little different than what we're used to here in Warren County.
And I want to end on this while I got 16 people watching, because I think it is very important to make this statement. When it comes to journalism and investigating, I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to put something down, any type of program or new people moving here, whatever the case may be. I am on this platform to be transparent, to be informative, and to be educational. And I am okay with asking the tough questions. There is nothing wrong in the United States, on this program, anywhere, to ask the tough questions. Because I sit here and think, because I was having a conversation with one of my friends this morning, if somebody was the submarine that blew up.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't remember the exact names. But with the submarine that blew up, if you go back and watch that, there's a documentary out on Netflix. If you go back and watch that documentary, there was a statement that was made by somebody saying that they were not asked the tough questions and the right questions. They were asking fluff questions. And, because this was such a neat, extravagant thing, this project, right? I am not worried to ever ask a tough question, a hard question, because at the end of the day, it's just a question, and you can either answer it or not. And I want to make that clear that I am not here to bash anybody. I am not here to, persuade somebody from choosing not to do something. But I will say this: if you ever think about joining something or going and doing an activity or things like that, and you ask us our opinion and, hey, can you do a little digging for me? Well, sure. So you can figure out if you want to do it or not.
Well, case in point, we'll make this scenario up. If a church came to town,
yeah,
and got tax exempt everything, didn't have to pay taxes or anything, and then started collecting money from the parishioners and people that come in.
Yeah.
But say
they were tithing.
They're tithing. But say they sent all that money overseas and didn't help the poor people here in Warren County, where all this money is going. Or say they send the money to some guy higher up the church that we don't know, and we don't know what that money is going to. We don't know, but if it goes to the guy and you see the guy running around with fancy watches and buying, nice cars and things like that,
he's looking good.
We would question, why is the money that people are collecting here in Warren County for that church not being spent for our poor and indigent here in Warren County, since they got the privileges that a church would get for because that's what's expected with nonprofits, is that you take care of the people that the money is being made off of. So we're saying if fictitious, but the thing is,
that's right.
We still have to ask the question. We don't hate those people that go to that church. We love them. We love everybody.
I love
here.
everybody that wants the Warren County community to grow and get better. But at the end of the day, I'm going to do my due diligence. And my other thing is, and I'll say it this way, because I did say it this morning on the phone to somebody, if I see somebody that is a legitimate business or doing something and they're hiding behind something else just to get like a tax cut or whatever, like if there's businesses out there that are posing as nonprofits, I think it should be talked about.
Well, by your fruits, you'll know them. And the thing is the churches that we know and love here, and I'll use a big one, Freedom Life.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Campbell and his group. I tell you what, they do so much ministry here, and everybody knows about it. And that's why they had 1,100 folks at their Easter services, because they're combined services, because they do so much work. And especially you look at Celebrate Recovery and the things that they do. They're actively,
the lives that they're changing in front, and I'm saying in front of the community. And when the fireworks, talking about that, when the fireworks get done selling, Nathan Smith lets that tent stay up to help do revivals and stuff. And they're one of them that go over there and they do a Celebrate Recovery little thing, and they show people that's in this program that some people you'd be like, oh, I didn't know. And then, and so I'm telling you, when you see people in the public, when you see the movements, like you say, the fruits of their labor coming to fruition, coming to see it, you know what that program's about. But again, I'm just saying, I want everybody to know all the facts before fully supporting.
Yeah.
That's my beliefs.
And again, it's not against the people who are supplying the money or providing the things.
No, absolutely
not. Where is it going?
Where's it going? It's no different than the government stuff we talked about this morning.
Yeah.
Don't you want to know where your taxpayer dollars go?
Yes. And we don't hate the people who are in government. I mean, we don't hate them. We don't hate them. We don't hate anybody. But the thing is we have to ask these questions. So now let's pose this, because we have to address this. We do have sponsors here at Warren First.
We do.
We're going to tell you about their good stuff. If there's something like, say, Sonic. I love Sonic.
Sonic's great.
I can eat a smash burger all day. So guess what? I talk about how awesome those smash burgers are. I'll tell you about, and I had a sip. Oh, just a sip. Okay. So I took the girls out the other day.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to talk about this, and this is one thing that we're toying with, because these car hops, they see everybody. They deliver your drinks. And so I asked my car hop the other day, I said, what's your favorite Sonic drink? And she was a younger lady, and she said, oh, I love Blue Ocean water with something. And it was like, oh, okay, what's the weirdest thing you've seen? Oh, well, somebody wanted something with pickle juice and stuff. And it was like, and the thing is, look, we don't promote the pickle juice ones here. We promote, and I'm going to tell you, my girls liked, one got the blood orange and one got the watermelon. And I took a sip of each of them.
I'm that watermelon slush is
the blood orange isn't bad when you add something extra in it. But go on.
Oh, but it's incredible. I mean, as the French say.
Yeah.
So we talk about things. We're here at Supreme Building. We love the Moore family. They are an independent here in this community. We believe in that. And more than first.
We believe in local business, movers and shakers, mom and pop stores. And again, I like speaking of this morning, a shout out to Cumberland Biscuit Company. I sat with Anna Sands, one half of owner and operator of that fine establishment. As she goes, Kelly, when are you coming for your birthday pancakes? And so that's where I was this morning. And I was going to be running late originally for. But me and my little girl sat with Anna and we done pancakes, and I'll post the pictures when we get done with the day, but I'll show you. I sent this to Anna as we were waiting. So this is like my little baby girl. And then she was blowing out the candle of her little pancake. Aww. Look at that.
So
look at it. Ready and go.
We'll have to post that on
Yeah, I'm going to post this online. But it's stores like that. It's stores like with this. There are so many local stores here in the community that Our Coffee, the cafe.
I'm trying to get Miss Tina in here because look, she's one of our sponsors who is interactive with us, especially
all the time. I see her on a daily.
Yeah, and I wish she had one coming up 56 Highway where I could swing in and see her.
Hey, Tina.
No, getting all the inlets. Which one's the most traveled? I guess it'd be coming in from Morrison on 55. That's probably the biggest inlet, or maybe 70 coming in from Sparta. But the big thing is about Warren First 931 is that we support local business. We
support you as the individual.
We're not going to put lipstick on a pig. And
that'd be kind of fun to try.
And try to tell you, this is we're going to ask the tough questions.
Yeah, we're not going to be afraid.
We stick with social media, and get right on that, guys. Yeah. But no, we want everybody to know, and this is because this was something that somebody else has showed some type of allegiance or something to. I mean, we're allegiant to Warren County.
Always, first and foremost.
We're gonna that's why we're Warren first. Well, our first allegiance, really, it's to God. But
God first.
Yes, and hey, speaking of which, we got people to pray for.
We do. Before we end up, I don't have my notebook. I know we need to continue praying for Barry Dishman. Yes. We want to do a prayer for the Moore family still, because losing a dad is not
and there's
an easy thing.
There's another Moore family that we need to pray for as well, and I won't get into the specifics, but
that's fine.
It's a family.
We also need to pray, I feel like, for it's an unspoken prayer for me, but to describe it a little bit to you guys, I need prayer for, I want to pray for some lost folks, and I need to pray for guidance on how to handle it. Because there's just so many things that I get thrown at me on a daily, and I try to do the best that I can at what I can do. We also need to pray for, and it just left me, I want to say my good friend Jim and his family as well. I won't say exactly detail what that is. Just to, God, like he said the other day when I saw him, he says, God's got this. And that is totally true. We definitely need to pray for all the travelers this during the summer season.
Yeah, our high school kids will be coming back up.
Our
from
high
Orlando.
School kids, all those beta kids. We need to pray for our nation. We need to pray, God, I mean, there has been just so much confusion, so much devastation. And I think all we are wanting, I think we need to pray for the three things that's on my show: transparency, education, and information. But as Americans, we deserve to know what's right.
Oh, yeah.
And to keep putting out fluff on Main Street, or I should say, Main Street media stuff. And I'm not saying I don't know how else to say it. It's not Main Street media. It's what is it? The news, like the main.
Oh, Oh,
mainstreaming news. What is it like? You know, I'm talking about NBC and ABC and CBS and MSNBC.
The media industrial complex, or
but it is called is it mainstream? I think it's mainstream
media.
There it is, mainstream.
Our
media.
apologies, Main Street Media.
I am so sorry. Okay, but that's why I needed to clarify my accusations. Mainstream media has, again, we say this all the time. I said this yesterday, and I'll say it to the I'm Black and Blue in the face as well. There is what we know, which are the facts, okay, that we can show proof on, and then there is speculation and hearsay. And there's so many things of speculation and hearsay that overshadows the facts back here. And I want you to know that the mainstream media can be a evil entity at times, okay? And so make sure you do your due diligence and research and find out the information that is given, okay? Thank you. Mainstream news. I couldn't think of the word stream. I'm going to say it's Main Street Media's fault when they came up with that name, okay? I think they did that on purpose because when you Google it, it's going to pop up everything. But with that said...
Yeah. And thank you, Miss Tina, for that sending all strength guys energy doll.
I'm fixing to come by and get my pink concoction.
Yeah, that because we live in a world that's ever changing.
Yeah,
and
social media has changed the game entirely.
Oh my goodness! So we appreciate you guys getting your news from us, letting us be if there's things that we need to know to share. The way I describe it is. We're like a neighbor down the road. If you know something's going on, like there's a wreck or something, we tell, hey, you might want to be careful going down that way. We may not have exactly every detail, but if we can give you a heads up and get you further along in your day, and you say, man, I got around to old Brian. He told me about that. And
did you hear what they said down there? I go, yes, I did.
Old Boonhour. Yeah.
I try to do my truck driver voice as best I can. But we do need, and again, I just think we need to pray for everybody. Everybody needs prayer.
But before we go into prayer, and if you got any prayer requests, let us know. I want to jump on to Facebook because I want to show somebody. I'm going to share this tab because this guy is my best friend in the world. And I'm going to share this tab. And I just saw this as we're getting on and cooking this morning. And so my best friend is Buzz Raymond. Okay. And I met this guy in 5th grade, and he is, they were awarded Company of the Year for the Memphis Fire Department. My guy goes into burning buildings. My guy goes into crack houses and saves people's lives. It is a very rough part of Memphis that he's stationed at, but this is him and his beautiful family. Aww. And this guy comes to McMinnville every year and spends a ton of money at different places around town. We have our spots that we like to go to, but
I met him this summer.
This is my guy. So shout out to Buzz Raymond and his fire company for what he is a lieutenant for that department, so he has a lot of decision making and stuff to do with it. But this is his crew, and very proud of him and what he's doing to affect people in Memphis. Again, that's where I grew up. My parents are both from here in Warren County, but my mom had us and decided after having 3 boys, it's time to go to pharmacy school. Yeah. So the only pharmacy school in the early 80s was at UT Memphis. And so that's where I grew up. And this is one of my childhood friends and best friend in the world. So love this guy. Another thing that I would like to tell you guys and give you a heads up is y'all been praying for my friend Brian Steele, and he came out of surgery the other day with an open bypass surgery, and talked to him this morning on the way in.
Sounds okay.
And he feels like he got hit by a truck, but he got through the surgery. They had his main coronary descending arteries left artery. That was a big one. So they got him back, and other than the rehab and everything, he's going to be okay. So thank you guys for your prayers for my good buddy Brian Steele.
Awesome. All right. I think that's it, Brian, since this will be your last day for a bit.
Hey, look, I'm always honored to pray for my people in Warren County. So, guys, let's go to God, our Heavenly Father, in prayer. Gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for who you are.
and how you love us so much. God, thank you for this beautiful place of Warren County. Thank you for allowing us to be able to be on this streaming podcast, and to allow folks to be enlightened and uplifted by the things that we share, and informed, Father. And God, we just give you the glory, and we thank you for who you are. We thank you for sending your son Jesus into this world. He is the King, Father. We know it. You already know how, because the battle's already won. But Father, we thank you for him and his presence and Holy Spirit be upon us as we go through our day today. Father, thank you for all the things you've done. I ask a special prayer for my good friends, Ashley Moore and her family. And Father, I just ask that you continue to uplift her and that family, Lord. Father, we know where Daddy is, but Father, it's the act of loss. It's that separation right now. We know that there will be a reunion in the works, Father. So we praise you for being who you are and having that plan of salvation for us. We also ask that you be with our other friends, the Moore family, with the things that are going on. And Father, we just ask for an unspoken prayer and be with that family. We also ask that you be with Mr. Jim and their family, and just be with them in their situation. And you know better. Father, we also ask that you be with the folks here in the greater Warren County area and across the United States that are traveling. We ask that you be with families that are coming back from things like beta or visiting family members. Father, I ask for safe travels with my family that we're able to get to and from with relative ease and no incidents, Father. God, we just thank you for this day and time that we live in. And we thank you for this beautiful place of Warren County. I ask that you be with Kelly and what she's doing with sharing insight and love and your word to others, with the people that need to choose you, need to accept you, Father. Bless her with a comforting heart and open arms, Lord. Father, bless us with our tongues, Lord. There's so much that you tell us throughout your scripture about the tongue. So, Father, help us to be tongues that bless, be tongues of silver that give life. Help us to not be the edge of the sword that's always cutting people down. Let us enlighten folks, and let us be a blessed community. God, you're so good to us. We pray that you continue to bless Warren County and the people in it, Father, and all the surrounding counties and all the country. But Father, we have to look to you. So thank you for giving us your Son, your gift of your Holy Spirit, your love that permeates through every bad thing, Lord, because you know how it ends. So God, we give you the glory. We thank you for being you, God, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, Warren County, keep it